I thought I was alone in the woods, but I was wrong. Went camping alone 2 weeks ago, something I do often for the peace and solitude. I've camped at this spot many times, a remote, secluded area by a small lake deep in the woods. There's no signal there, just me and nature. The first night was normal. I set up my tent, made a small fire, and spent a few hours relaxing. By 9 p.m., it was pitch dark. As I lay there in my tent, I heard something, footsteps. Not the usual scurrying of animals, but heavy, deliberate steps like someone was walking on 2 feet. I froze. I couldn't see anyone, but I could hear it moving closer. I grabbed my flashlight and shone it toward the sound. Nothing. The forest was still. I convinced myself it was just my imagination, but I didn't feel alone anymore. The footsteps came again. Closer this time. I couldn't tell where they were coming from. My heartbeat was loud in my ears. The footsteps stopped and started, like they were pacing around my tent. I stayed as still as I could, too afraid to check outside. After a while, it stopped. I thought maybe it was some other campers or hikers. The rest of the night passed in uneasy silence, and I eventually fell asleep. When I woke up the next morning, I found something that made my stomach churn. The grass around my tent was trampled down, as if someone had been walking in circles around it. I looked for footprints but found nothing. Just the flattened grass. I decided to leave that day, but I spent a few hours by the lake before packing up. That's when I saw it. In the water, a shape. At first I thought it was a log, but it was too tall, too thin. It looked like a person standing just under the water's surface, their head barely visible. I quickly backed away, heart racing. I couldn't explain it. No one else was supposed to be there. I grabbed my things and started packing faster. Then I heard it again. The footsteps, now closer than ever, right behind me. I didn't dare look. My pulse hammered in my throat and I could hear a low, raspy breath from somewhere in the woods. I didn't stop running until I reached my car, throwing my stuff in the back and driving off without a second thought. I didn't stop until I was miles away. The entire drive back, I could still hear the sound of those footsteps echoing in my mind. When I got home, I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone out there. Then, a few days ago, I got a message from a hiker I had briefly talked to the last time I was in that area. He asked if I'd heard about the disappearances in the woods. A couple of weeks before my trip, a few campers had gone missing near that lake. No signs of struggle, no bodies. But there were strange reports. People hearing footsteps, sightings of a tall, thin figure by the water, and odd, trampled paths around campsites. Some thought it was a bear, but no one could explain what had been seen. I don't know what happened out there, but I know I'll never go back.